Generation X. In general terms, those born between 1965 and 1980. Latchkey kids, independent, existentialism, modern philosophy focusing on personal experience, human ability, and responsibility in an otherwise meaningless universe. We're the cause. This is the effect. We're the Gen Existentialists. Welcome in, friends, to the Gen Existentialist podcast, the Thanksgiving week edition. Welcome to it. My name is Scott.
And I'm Bunny.
And we're here to talk about thankfulness.
Yeah, I am a grateful pilgrim.
Pilgrims we are. So the title of this episode, we're going to go with basically the weight of gratitude. Mm-hmm. And why wonder feels sad when you're grown. What is the value of gratitude? Those are the kind of things that we're going to kick around here. Mm-hmm. So kind of starting out, why does gratitude, just asking for your opinion, make some people feel uncomfortable? And I'll throw out my point on that. Like, I am always, when someone does something for me, when somebody helps out, it is a point of order for me to thank them. Mm-hmm. And I find myself, when people thank me for stuff, I kind of feel uncomfortable. Like, I was just doing my job. You don't need to thank me for that. So I am like two sides of a coin. The way I do things is different from the way I accept gratitude. And I don't know how to unravel that about myself.
Well, I guess the question you're asking for the show is a question you should ask yourself. Why does gratitude make you so uncomfortable?
Yeah, and I don't know.
Okay.
It doesn't make sense because I want to show people gratitude when they've helped me. Mm-hmm. But when I'm shown gratitude, my normal response is, don't worry about it. It wasn't a big deal.
I think one of the things about gratitude, and this is my opinion, I don't know, circa whatever, 2025, Bunny Industries. This is my opinion, is that gratitude is a lot more than just being thankful or thanking someone.
Okay.
That's showing gratitude, or you're grateful to them for something.
Yeah.
I think gratitude is more of a lifestyle.
How so?
Gratitude is being able to appreciate what you have, where you are now in the moment you're in. It's being thankful for what blessings you have in your life right now and the people that you have in your life. And it is I'd say it's the fuel that leads to a sense of contentment or happiness. So like gratitude isn't happiness, don't mix those two of like, well, I'm grateful for this, so that makes me happy.
But to be truly happy, you have to have gratitude for.
I think it helps. I think it's a fuel that gets you to happy.
Yeah.
A lot faster, and it's a much more realistic fuel.
Okay.
It's not fantasizing about how amazing your life is going to be when you get there. Right. It's enjoying the journey.
Okay.
To where you want to get. It sounds, well, look at me, I'm kosho. I'm all, look at me, I'm all weird. No, it's gratitude and wonder are intertwined, I think, because you mentioned in there that it's why wonder feels sad.
Yeah.
When you're grown. Now, I don't know if it makes you feel sad. It might make you feel nostalgic. And nostalgia is a form of sadness, I think, to an extent. It's a hirieth. It's a want for a longing for who you used to be at a time that doesn't exist anymore. That's what a lot of nostalgia is. It's not so much the product. It's your thinking about who you were at the time when the product was new to you.
Yeah, I think a lot of that comes from not being thankful or being grateful for your own evolution.
Well, a lot of it, you don't realize what's happening to you in the moment. It's only upon reflection that you can really appreciate what you've been through in a lot of cases.
Yeah. And maybe the sadness that you missed the evolution, you're just seeing the end result, and you missed the fun part of becoming.
Well, life is like a hurricane here in Duckburg. Sorry.
I was about to start singing if you hadn't said that.
And it's the truth. I mean, no, that's a truer statement has never been said by a miserly old duck before. Yes. That life is like a hurricane. I mean, you're experiencing, you're flying around in it, and things are happening to you, and you don't really think about your past until it is your past. You know, you don't think about your life until it is your past, I guess.
Or until you slam into a tree and realize, oh, I'm way, way far away from where I started.
That drinking straw went right through the telephone pole. Yeah. That's my opinion. I don't know. I'm a really big proponent of gratitude. That's like what I try to build my life around anymore.
Yeah. So what about false gratitude? What's
an example of false gratitude?
Okay, so since recent episodes, we talked a lot about social media and things of that nature. I will just say this, and I almost can picture what the look on your face is going to be. #blessed.
Yeah, hashtag culture. It's a thing. I don't know if it's really... You mentioned it in a previous episode where you don't really know the intention of the person posting,
right?
Whatever they're posting.
Yeah.
Some people like Scott who have brighter outlook on people think it may be genuine. Other people like me who have a more dour look on people may feel it's virtuistic. It's look at me, I'm virtue signaling. I'm living this thing. It's like the people who feel the need to post religious quotes every day or something about how God is good, every day. That's great. I'm glad you feel that way. I'm glad that's sort of a prayer or an affirmation that you have in your life that moves you forward. I don't know if you really need to do it publicly, but if it makes you feel better via dopamine, then by all means do it. I mean, hell, I have a podcast called Love Letters to Forgotten Things, which is a naked exercise in gratitude.
Sure.
So I mean, I'm doing it publicly, so am I part of the problem?
No,
hey, Dad, am I part of the problem?
Every one of your Love Letters podcasts is showing gratitude for those things from your past that have made you who you are.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're universal things as well. I mean, that
even the super personal ones, the thematic undertones are universal.
That's what I'm hoping to, because it's very easy. It's much easier for me to convey emotion, genuine emotion, if I talk about what I know best, which is myself.
Yeah.
I can't convey genuine emotion about an inanimate object that is universal to people. Or, boy, remember that band I was in that I was never really in, but it's universal because a lot of people are in bands. I can't do that genuinely. I've had requests, ironically, from organizations that have been using love letters to, maybe you could create something that's a little less personal. That's more like, let's talk about the sound the radiator makes when it starts up for the first time in winter.
See, I don't think it would hit as hard
it
for
wouldn't.
anyone.
And I mean, it wouldn't be genuine at all because I didn't grow up with radiators. I don't think about them that often. And I don't have a great personal relationship with a radiator. It's something that has to, I think, real gratitude has to come from a genuine place in your life.
Is it the quiet after the chaos or the pause before the tears? Is it in those moments where you are able to quietly reflect, or can it be a consistent thread?
It can be a consistent thread. I talk about it like, if you've ever been around a church or any place that has bells, it's that quiet moment between the next bell strike.
Okay.
It's a manufactured moment of anticipation. It's like that time is just like any other time. It could be you, thumbing through a book or sitting in class being bored. But for some reason, when those bells strike, it means something to you deep in your bones. And when you know that it's going to strike 3 more times, there's that kind of quiet hush, waiting for the next bell to hit. You don't just go about your life normally like just ignoring it. subconsciously you realize there's that space there.
Yeah.
And that anticipation, and you're waiting for it. And I use the word thrum a lot, and it is a thrum. It's like primordial thrum.
Yeah.
That I think humans feel universally.
Okay.
I think gratitude can be something like that, where it's the environment that you create where you're always feeling the thrum from something that you are grateful for.
Sure. So why do you think actual gratitude scares some people? And I've got an idea for this.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if you're going to feel grateful, you have to admit that you need things, that you are not completely self-sufficient, or to quote a recent episode, you're not solipsistic. There are others.
I feel seen.
Yeah,
no.
around.
No,
and to me, I think it's kind of like the surface versus reality, the iceberg principle, where you see the surface with everybody. You see the surface of life. And beneath that surface is the rest of the iceberg. And a lot of that you'll never see if you get to be great friends with someone, or you're married, or you get that intimate relationship with somebody. You'll know parts of that. And I think a lot of people get scared showing gratitude or feeling gratitude because they don't want other people to know how much they need.
I think people are, by nature, people are vain. People are concerned with what other people think of them all the time. They're worried about showing weakness.
Yeah.
And some people equate emotion or great feelings of wonderment as weak. They think of it as something that, oh, that's what women do. That's what little kids do. That's what only little kids get worked up about this. Only blah, blah, blah. Have you ever gone to a greenhouse? Let's take it back to something more universal. Have you ever gone outside and
every
you
once
see,
in a while.
Yeah, touch grass, man, and you see a flower, and you pick that flower up, and you just spend. I challenge you all to take 2 minutes of your life, 2 minutes of your precious, fleeting life. Pick up a flower, pick up a rock, pick up your pet, hold your child, and for 2 minutes, don't say anything, don't think of anything. I just want you to pick it up and study it from every angle you can.
I don't know if any of our cats will hold still long enough.
I don't know if cats are really the best ones to do that with. But, go back to the flower again. Mm-hmm. And I know this sounds really gay, coming from a guy that's
Why
kind
does
of...
It has nothing...
Because we're talking about...
emotions.
We're talking about why people are scared to feel gratitude, or why they feel weird, or why they feel weak doing that. And I don't say that as a shitty, euphemism or whatever. It's not meant like that. It's the kind of reaction you get from another guy who is very uncomfortable about showing feeling.
Yeah.
So, you look at this flower and you think, wow, this exists here at the same moment in time that I exist. This was created by something. It's got sacred geometry. It's amazing. This is a living thing. This flower that I'm holding is a living thing. And it's beautiful. And it defies any logical reason why something like that would exist. Like, why would this exist anywhere in the universe? Now don't look at it from like a totally scientific point of view of like, well, the bees need to do this and that makes
That's
pollination.
exactly where I went.
Yeah. It could have been anything. Maybe the bees could have used something that was shaped like a soda can to do that, and it's ugly and brown or whatever. I don't know. In any other planet, it could be anything else. But here is this beautiful, bright red, bright blue, bright yellow flower. That's wonder. And that's something that people of any age can do. It's not for kids that have never seen something before and they get wide-eyed and like, oh my gosh, water's really wet. Yeah, of course it is. But there is so much wonder around you constantly that you have been trained and you have been sanded down over the years by corporations, education, religion, parents, friends. You've been shaved down to just completely ignore it and get on with whatever you're getting on with.
I will counter you on that. I think a lot of those entities that you said did the shaving down, they just exist. I think you allow yourself to get worn down and kind of callous to the wonder of the world by your everyday life, by the fact that you walk past those flowers every day and they're always there.
Sure.
You start to forget them.
Familiarity and contempt.
Right. It's always there. And I do think that society does not reward wonder unless you're a scientist and you can monetize it.
Unless you're a child. And that's another selling point for children. Why do you think they have companies called Worlds of Wonder and stuff like that? I mean, it's a selling point for children.
Yeah, sure.
But I think if you want to get in touch with gratitude, if it's something that you find foreign and hard to grasp and you don't feel comfortable with it, wonder is your gateway drug to move forward to gratitude. Now, wonder isn't gratitude, but wonder is a component of gratitude.
I think gratitude is an end result of wonder. Because like you said, to study that flower, your pet, anything like that, and recognize that moment leads to, I'm thankful that I'm alive here now and I'm able to do this. I mean, be part of this.
This is the Thanksgiving episode, so that's why I bring up family and stuff. But I'm saying if you have a spouse right now or a significant other or a child, I want you to take a moment to hold their hand and just realize, just really look at them and realize this is a completely independent, breathing, living organism. This is not you. This is not a mirror. This is not something that you should take for granted. This is a person with their own free will, their own aches and pains, their own thoughts on life, their own fears. And you have the opportunity to travel through life with this person. They've chosen you and you've chosen them, or that's your child and God gave you that child, or you were blessed with that child, whatever you want to believe. And just realize what an absolute gift it is that in a world full of thousands of independently living organisms that can do anything they want, from great good to great evil, you're here at this moment in time with this person. And that moment will never happen again. You're living it. You're in the hurricane, Scrooge McDuck. And that's your vault full of gold. You better go swim in it.
Yeah.
I mean, that is gratitude right there, is realizing, wow, what an amazing, absurd, baffling, biological thing this is, that you're here. I mean, just earlier, before this show, I had my first Nestlé Crunch bar. It was like a little miniature bar, like a
leftover Halloween candy. Yes.
Yeah, and I had not had a Nestlé Crunch bar in almost 10 years. And, speaking of gratitude, I'm like, wow, when I had my first bite of this Nestlé Crunch bar, I could feel it through my entire body.
The look on his face was amazing.
It's something that I had abstained from, I guess, for a decade, not knowing that I had abstained from it because corporations, religion, work, life, health, everything wears you down and drives you like a horse with blinders on straight through life, and you forget about things. Mm-hmm. I forgot about a Nestlé Crunch bar. I know that sounds really inconsequential, but life is a lot like that Nestlé Crunch bar. Like, maybe you forget the fact that, wow, I've got an amazing person that I'm spending my life with. Holy crap. Did you see the beautiful leaves on that tree when they changed this fall? I just pass by it every day.
Yeah.
When was the last time I picked up a leaf and really looked at it? When was the last time I put a Nestlé Crunch bar to my lips and tasted it? And you can drink that in. I mean, that's something that's like, wow, that's amazing.
And
that's gratitude.
I'm just basking in the gratitude because I'm the one that gave him the Nestlé Crunch bar.
I thanked him profusely. So, yeah. But it's one of those things now, if I never have another one again for another decade, that's fine. But I've experienced that, but I understand it now.
Can we tell the listeners the truth of it?
Sure.
He had 2, folks. Just
I did.
You know.
I indulged.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Going to be Fatty McBunny here.
But see, the thing is, whether it was actual intentional abstination or just forgetfulness, you don't have to not have a Nestlé Crunch bar.
Absolutely.
You shouldn't have one every day. Have one a week. Have one a month.
Treat yourself,
as
they say.
To a certain extent, yeah, because when you start to not be grateful for it, that's when you're overdoing it.
Sure.
You know, when you don't appreciate the taste of something that you truly love, when you don't appreciate the person you're with, that's when you need to stop and take a look. When you allow yourself to become callous to the wonder, to the love, to the great tastes, to the awesome power of life. Mm-hmm. That's when you've lost that gratefulness, that aura of gratitude around yourself and the things that you do.
It's just you said it before that the world doesn't reward that kind of attitude about life.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here, and from where I'm sitting in the studio, I'm looking into a closet, and there's spools and spools of cable hanging.
Yeah.
From wires above guitar or bass guitars.
There's both in there.
Okay. I don't know what I'm talking about. But these cables, I'm looking at these, absolutely mundane. Most of them are black. Some of them are other colors. But take a moment to just look at something absolutely mundane, like a cable, and realize the amount of technology, knowledge, innovation, manufacturing, craftsmanship that goes into making a fucking guitar cable.
Yeah.
You know, something that, or an electrical cord or extension cord, whatever. Mm-hmm. Doesn't matter. It's an exercise that you can do with even the most mundane object.
Yeah.
And you have to sit back and you have to, if you don't feel your breath being compressed, if you don't feel some sort of wonder or some sort of amazement that something like this even exists, then you need to really take a look at yourself emotionally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And wonder what is dampening you, what's crushing your spirit. I mean, the reason that people are scared of gratitude, and they're scared of wonder, and they're scared of saying I love you, or they're scared of crying, or they're scared of, having emotions or whatever, or showing emotions, because that's something that weaker people do. That's something that people who have problems do. You only do that when your mom dies, stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. Now, it's because they are incredibly uncomfortable with themselves. Some of these people they've never taken the time to explore themselves and to know themselves at a deeper level. There's a thing called psychonauts, and it's where you take a journey into your own self, into your heart, into your mind, and you really explore this vast universe that is you. Everybody's a vast universe. Even the shallowest people are a vast universe. They're just wider instead of deeper. But, really explore who you are. There's so many people I've met out there who just have absolutely no idea who they are on a deep level. And I don't mean people that are like, am I a girl today or am I a boy tomorrow? Do I feel like this? Do I feel like that? Who am I? I don't mean that kind of confusion. I mean like just this deep human confusion of like, I never really thought about it. I just kind of, I'm a mom, I'm a dad, I'm a worker, I'm a child.
For most people, there's no value in doing that because they've let themselves be caught up in their workaday world. They've got their job, their family, the things that they have to do. And for them, I can see where everything becomes a mundane, daily, just run through.
But it's amazing that you are an adventurer. I don't care how mundane you are. If you're out there listening right now and you feel like your life is nothing but you're just a cog in a machine, I want you to take a step back and I want you to walk outside right now. Stop your car. First, please don't throw yourself out of a moving vehicle yet. Just step outside and just take a breath and think about who you are, where you came from, your origin story, like a comic book.
Yeah.
The origin of you, and really just think about how grateful you should be that you are you. You are something. And once you begin to explore yourself, you'll realize how many dimensions are inside of you. I know it sounds very new age and stoopy, like, oh, look at me, I'm being all frou-frou. No, this is a gift you've been given as a human. That you have a heart, you have a mind, and you have your own ideas and imagination and fantasies. You have your own favorite smells, your own favorite chair in the house, your own favorite meal that you have when you have a special occasion. These are all unique to you. And that's just the surface. There's a lot more. You just got to dig. Dig it. Stick a shovel up your ass and dig it. It's all good.
On that note.
Yeah.
So let's take a slight detour from that, because a lot of gratitude is based in emotion.
Yeah.
And you and I have had debates, we'll call them, about emotional content, about stoicism. And so let's touch on that, because I think stoicism gets a bad rap.
Yeah.
And there would be a school of thought based on the way our discussion today is going that would say that, being grateful is counter to stoicism, which is absolutely not.
Am I an
That's just
Epicureanism
false.
or something? Where is that?
So I think the gratitude that we feel, I think that is key to not only happiness, but to understanding stoicism too. Because stoicism won't tell you not to feel emotion. It's about controlling your reactions to emotion.
Okay.
It's about not letting others or your emotions carry away your logic and reason. It's about understanding that you can use emotion as an engine to power things, and one of those would be gratitude.
Sure.
You use gratitude to power your wonder and to power your way through your daily life. Obviously, I'm an adherent of stoicism, so that's my take on it. But you've had kind of different ideas about it.
Yeah, I'd always assume that stoicism is more a repression of emotion. It's a control mechanism that. It's like Batman, so you don't let your emotion go too crazy and beat up your bad guy. You just, you control your emotion, and I understand that to an extent. I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But to go back to Scott's favorite subject, Star Wars, I think that's where he's very Jedi and I'm very Sith. Yeah. Is that I feel emotions like fire inside me all the time, and I don't think Scott does.
I do. But I use that fire. I don't let it burst out of me. I don't feel hate like you do.
Okay.
I don't allow that to bubble over.
Okay.
And that's the thing, when you allow the emotion to control you, as opposed to utilizing the emotion as fuel for good things, that's where you're Sith, I'm Jedi.
Okay.
That's where you're bouncing around, lashing out, and I'm feeling frustrated and angry as well, but I'm going to keep that inside me because I know it doesn't do me any good to lash out that way. I'm going to find a way to utilize that to do something positive.
Okay. Makes me sound like an uncontrollable monster.
No, not at all, but it's one of those things where it's a very subtle, very thin line, because we all feel the same things. It's just a matter of what you do with it.
Sure.
And here's the thing. Like, when people raise their voice, people get angry, start yelling, that really, really goes through me.
Oh, yeah.
And it always has.
Dukes
because,
up.
like, my dad growing up, his temper was really bad when I was a little kid.
I
not like I was.
I remember that.
Yeah, not like I was abused or anything. It was just, he had a temper on him. And as I got older, I have that same temper. Mm-hmm. How often have you heard me yell or just go off on things?
Not
it's been
very
a few
often.
times,
Not
but
very
not
often.
And part of that is because I dealt with that in growing up with him. And I love my dad. Don't get me wrong. But I saw how it made him feel, and I remember how it made me feel.
Okay.
And I don't ever, never did, never do, never will, want to inflict that on anyone else. Mm-hmm. And it was a good thing that I saw Star Wars in 1977, that I fell into that I studied philosophy, and I was introduced to Stoicism and Buddhism and things like that, because it helped me to understand that, yeah, it's okay to feel that way, but what you do with it matters more. Because everybody feels anger. Everybody feels hate. It's what you do with it that counts. It's your actions that matter more. And feeling gratitude for the fact that I grew up the way I did, that I had the upbringing I did, and it's helped me to get to where I am today. I am insanely grateful for every bit of that.
Well, there you go. There's gratitude right there.
Yeah, right there. That's where I'm at. And that's the whole thing, because we've talked about other stuff before. I don't dream. Well, I dream, but I don't remember my dreams. We've talked about this multiple times, because I had a horrible nightmare when I was 5. And when I went to sleep all the time after that, my one thing that I thought as a little kid, I don't want to see that again. I don't want to think that. I don't want to see that again. To where to this day, I wake up, I know I probably dreamed. I don't remember anything.
Now, would you say that is more Sith, that you're letting your emotions override your natural ability to dream, that you're letting fear keep you from dreaming?
No, because I think when I built that wall, I was so young, and it was fear. And I didn't give in to the fear. I was trying to defend myself against it. I didn't want to feel the way it made me feel ever again. The thing is, I've tried to break that wall down, and I haven't been able to yet.
Okay.
Maybe I will someday. I don't know. But it's kind of the same thing with not crying. I haven't cried in decades because I was very emotional. It was the temper thing and just being an emotional little kid. Like in 3rd and 4th grade, I was the crybaby in the class. Got made fun of for it terribly.
Okay.
To the point that I just decided I'm not going to cry ever. And it was such a psychological wall that I built that, have you ever seen me cry?
No.
And we've known each other since 5th grade.
Yeah, we've known each other for almost 40 years.
Yeah.
So.
You've never seen me cry.
No.
And to the point where I will watch a movie or read something in a book that stirs my emotions deeply enough that I want to cry. And I will start to kind of get to that point, and in my head, that wall that I built shuts it down. And I just don't cry. I'm not grateful for that, because there have been moments at funerals and different things like that I should have. I didn't.
Yeah.
And a lot of people see that as, oh, he's completely shut off from his emotions. No, trust me, I felt it, still feel it as deeply as anybody else, but wasn't able to express it. And I think from the perspective of gratitude, I think that's something that other people feel sometimes too. They're not able to express their gratitude in a conventional or a normal way, and so they just don't.
I think the world doesn't reward sincerity.
No.
The world, especially nowadays, the world doesn't reward any sort of, other than emotional dramaturgy,
Yeah.
Which they love doing that. They
Social
love the victim.
media again.
Yeah, the victim complexes and that. It's a huge market.
Yeah.
But actual sincerity and all that, I think that's what makes gratitude risky to some people.
Yeah, because
they feel like they'll be thought of as being a wuss or being weak or whatever.
Yeah, it's like it's showing what some people would consider a crack in the armor.
But I mean, to be perfectly honest, and this may just be me being an edgelord an edgelord with gratitude. Imagine that, is that I don't really care. It's like I'll stand naked in front of people anymore because I don't care. That's how little other people's opinion means to me. Like, you can't hurt me because you can't take away who I am, kind of a thing. If that bothers you, if it makes you uncomfortable, if my show of emotion or my gratitude or my love for something makes somebody uncomfortable,
yeah,
then that's your weakness, not mine.
Yeah, agreed, 100%.
I mean, that's
kind of counter.
Like,
that's kind of counter to a lot of what we're taught is Gen X philosophy.
Yeah, it is.
Where Gen X is seen as kind of undercutting emotion with irony.
Yeah.
We do a lot.
Care,
I mean, we love irony.
Yeah.
The eye roll is like our stock in trade.
That's a defense mechanism.
Lots of times.
But
sometimes it's also looking at other people providing bullshit emotions.
Sure.
Or just the virtue signaling and stuff, and just kind of going, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
And moving on.
And that's something that I don't know if it's ever taught or if it's just something that may come innate with some people, but you got a bullshit detector built into you. I mean, You really need to use it. You can always tell when someone is being sincere versus when they're just virtue signaling. I mean, true virtue doesn't require amplification,
right,
and repetition and signaling to your pals, hey, I'm one of you. Hey, I feel the same way. Hey, don't you feel the same way I do? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
True sincerity is just, it stands on its own. It's a totem.
A true meant thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Is one of the most beautiful things in the world.
Sure.
And it doesn't need a megaphone. It doesn't need bright lights.
No,
it doesn't need a spotlight. Yeah, you don't need to pull out your phone and show it and post it on TikTok. Just let it exist.
I mean, I'll tell you one of the ones that really bothers me. You mentioned social media.
Yeah.
I hate the rise of these things where the guy or gal will go around to a restaurant and they say, how much is your sandwich? Oh, it's $4. I'll take 50 of them. And they're like, what? You want 50 sandwiches? Yeah, because I'm going to feed the homeless. Oh, and then they turn around and say, well, how about we just give you the sandwiches? And I think, oh, that's great. So they'll get 50 sandwiches, and then they'll film themselves going out to, the alleyway or something and handing out sandwiches to all these people, and they're filming it and they're putting it out. And there are so many people. We were talking about younger generations eating up slop.
Yeah.
It's not just younger generations eating that slop up. It's Gen Xers and Boomers eating that slop up too. And that's a thing. So,
yeah.
I don't know. All right. So we talked about slop.
Slop.
Yeah. Kids and adults eating up slop. But something that was mentioned was that you thought gratitude means surrender. Can you explain that to me?
I think it means surrendering to yourself.
All right.
As in being fully conscious of yourself. The fact that sometimes you're not that armored castle. Mm-hmm. You need help. And you're willing to show gratitude when people help.
Sure.
You're grateful for the things you have, what you've got, what you've done, your own talents and abilities, the people around you, to understand that you are not fully solipsistic, that you are part of a greater group and being grateful for that. That's kind of where I was taking that.
Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't call it surrender myself. I just call it, it's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can click into it, it's like breathing. Gratitude is something that can just be a part of your life that you don't think about. You don't have to sit and write big fancy poetry about it or go on a podcast and blather about it like you're some kind of, specialist on the subject. It's not necessary. It's just it's a way of being. It's a way of observing the world. And I don't know if this is something that I felt like I had a lot of that when I was younger. And then I lost it somewhere along the way in my middle age. Okay. And I feel like the older I get, the more it's coming back in spades. So I would encourage everybody out there. I mean, this is Thanksgiving, the Thanksgiving season, at least here in the United States. Yeah. And I would encourage you to think about just one small thing in your life. It could be an inanimate object. It could be a moment from your past. It could be a moment that you live with daily. And really take a moment to think about it from all dimensions. Focus on the gratitude for having experienced it, for being in the world with it. And I mean, people talk about gratitude journals. I think there's a benefit to gratitude journals. I think it's something that everybody should do. I know it's not everybody's jam. People feel like they have to write an entire story out about their day. It's not necessary. My gratitude journals, I've been keeping them for almost 12 years now. And my gratitude journals, most of the time, is just one simple line. And I do it every night before I go to bed. Yeah. Or maybe I'll do it first thing in the morning. Lately, I've been just thinking about it first thing in the morning. And then I get on with my day. You take a pause before you get out of bed. And you just, maybe it's a prayer, maybe it's just a thought about what you're grateful for. And then you move forward. It really helps to shave off the rough edges of the day.
Do you go back and review it like on Thanksgiving?
I
flip
don't.
Through, or
I don't. I keep mine private. Yeah. I mean, even my wife hasn't seen my gratitude journals.
Yeah.
Maybe she will one day when I'm gone, probably. But, there's nothing in there that I'm really hiding or anything. I feel like gratitude can be something that you celebrate publicly, but most people, I think it's like prayer. It's something that's very personal to you, and it's something that gets you through. Yeah. Moves you through the day. It's just being aware of your surroundings, being aware of your life.
Sure.
It's important.
Cool. Yeah. Life is not a merit system. You should always show gratitude for everything. It helps. It helps bridge the bad times, and it helps make the good times ascend even higher.
Well, they always talk about, these poor people that don't have a pot to piss in, but they're happy with their life, and blah, blah, blah. That's what they're talking about. They're talking about gratitude with something like that. Like, you don't have to have everything you've ever wanted. No. You can be very grateful for what you have right now, very grateful for what you had in the past, and you can be very hopeful for what you can attain in the future. Yeah. It's a roadmap.
And on that note, we will again wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. Tell us about your gratitude. Wherever you're listening to this podcast, leave us a comment, let us know, and the best ones might show up on a future podcast.
That would be great.
Until we talk to you again next week on a new episode, my name's Scott.
And I'm Bunny.
See you next time. Have a good one.